And guys, we're going to talk a little bit more about WildSpark today by Synereo. And so far Synereo, some who thought it might challenge, applications or platforms like Steemit and uh, some others emerging on the scene. So far it's early days for WildSpark, and I want to talk about some of the uses of WildSpark, what I think the future might hold for WildSpark, and if WildSpark is going to be a good platform and be a contender, to sites like Steam and the like. So first, I want to say is that with WildSpark, what we're getting something that's very closely tied to YouTube. I mean, it pretty much just runs on YouTube so far. Now, as I understand, they're going to be building other applications on top of Synereo, like the WildSpark application here. But so far, this is what we get. We get, basically where you can, uh, in a sense, curate, upvote videos, bring to attention videos on YouTube, and the community can basically amp up the video, and you get to share with the content creator and for fun in the video, things like that. And so, in that sense, what you have with WildSpark, a very simplified, easy to use platform, very quick. And so it's kind of different from what you might get at Steemit, in which Steemit, they're basically writing blog posts, finding really good content through their curation process. And this is creating value for the network. Those posts are also indexed by the Google search engine. And so Steam is getting a lot of traffic this way, hence building value to the site. And Synereo is based on something totally different, where they're indexing these YouTube videos, but also Synereo is basically a very small capped coin. It's only about 25 million valuation, I think, at this point. So some of the pros I like about WildSpark is that it is really easy to use. It's not time consuming. You don't have to be a genius to use this. Probably for a person who is not well versed with cryptocurrencies, Scenario or WildSpark's probably a good way to get them in a lot easier, because this is something they can very simply do, simply understand. And whereas I think Steemit has created a masterpiece of many moving parts that kind of form this harmonious platform, in a sense, not without its problems, but so far the best we've seen, of this nature. Although it has all that going for it, I think Steemit relies on relies on things such as complexity of understanding the cryptocurrency world. It's a lot of stuff going on with Steemit. It's probably going to rely a lot on good content creators and writers. And if you're trying to pull in, use social media as a way to kind of pull people into the cryptocurrency world, and you get these people in and you want to be the next big thing. Well, a lot of people who use social media, aren't going to be good content creators. They aren't going to be artists or create value in that way. But through them using the platform, it's going to create value. So I think one good thing about WildSpark is it does do this very simplified thing to get people involved, where they can build value using the platform, get them trading cryptocurrency coins and things like that. And so it might have a very easy, accessible, and that's another thing. It is easy to get access to Wild Spark so far. You pretty much are in as soon as you register. It's like pretty much an instant thing. Wasn't that way earlier, but it's become that way now. And so, I think those are some good things. So I think it's just kind of going to be a toss up, with how people are going to view Wild Spark. I think the camp's going to be kind of divided into, do we want a system that kind of works more like how a Steemit system works, in which you get, a lot of quality content, a lot of information, a lot of great artists and writers, and you get this, and some of them get rewarded properly, others don't. So do you want a kind of that system, or do you want just a very easily mechanized system where you just kind of upvoting, posting stuff, and moving on? And I think we got kind of people in both camps, in that situation, where you got people who are more the speculator investor, who just wants to move the platform along, wants to move money, wants to make money. And then you got people who are more so want to grow the site, use the value of the site, create this quality content, create this value in the coin, which is a great plan. Uh, Also with the Synereo platform, WildSpark, they're going to be other things built on. I think they're going into phases and various stages, where next they might try to build some type of social media platform on top of Synereo, much like what they're doing here with WildSpark. So I think this is the beginning of it. Very simple to use. I don't think it's a lot of money moving on WildSpark because it's in this beta testing mode. But do I like WildSpark? I do. I like WildSpark. I like it because it's simplified. But my fear with WildSpark is going to be in attracting people. It's not really much here to do, or see. People are just, posting videos and they pay an amp to, upvote their video or to place their video, and then people come in and they can follow and they can do various things, and they use a Chrome extension. So it's kind of interesting. How successful will it be? I don't know, but there are some attractive qualities about it, like getting in early. It is at very early stages. The price is at a very early price. So if you're a person who's trying to be an early adopter to the system, you want to use that opportunity to maybe be at the ground floor as it grows. Obviously you're going to get more opportunity here on WildSpark because this is just pretty much starting off, and it's early days. Whereas Steemit now has been around, still early days for Steemit too, but it has established its power players, right? It's established its whales, it's established its community. So, like I said, going to be kind of a toss-up with it. I'm going to continue to use WildSpark and Steemit and, other sites that do similar things in the cryptocurrency world, because I'm just a believer in the safety of having, various platforms, for the end user, as well as the various investors to diversify their investing across various networks, and the competition. Strong believer in competition. Competition creates better products. When you're the only person doing something, you're the best at it. You can kind of become stuck in this rut where you don't have to improve upon it, where people who are fed by the system don't think they need to change anything. They're happy with things how they are, but then things can happen where those things change because the system isn't going through an evolutionary process, because the system isn't being improved upon at the rate, at the scale that perhaps it needs to be. So that's my thoughts on WildSpark. So far, not a lot. It's early days for WildSpark. I do like the ease of use of WildSpark, but besides that, guys, it's just it's just posting videos on YouTube, kind of upvoting the videos, and you basically, you know, um, getting that. Oh, can you turn that off? And basically getting sharing the rewards, posting these videos. And there are some great tutorials exactly on how you receive the rewards. Another good thing I do like about the Wild Spark system is there doesn't seem to be a limit to receiving rewards from the videos. I think they can just run the duration forever. So that's something that, say, a site like Stemini, which would have incorporated into its platform. But right there, this is what we got so far, guys. But anyway, guys, if you like content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, take care.